What's up, guys? I'm sitting here with Canaan. We are getting a pedicure. Wanted to switch things up today. And I know athletes love getting their toes done. You in particular, you enjoy getting this done, right?
Absolutely, all the time.
So I know you got injured, obviously, and you were having a really good stint with the Suns at the time. Tell me a little bit about the rehab process, how that's been going for you, and how you're feeling right now.
Well, I've been in rehab form for the last 5-6 months. Everyday process, Monday through Friday, and the guys, the trainers, Nevel and his staff has been doing a tremendous job of getting me back to my normal routine, and it's been going well. I'm back playing, back doing 5-on-5 things, and just continue to get better every day, and each week just try to see improvement.
So I know a lot of guys got injured this year, and there was one other guy who had a similar injury to yours, which was Hayward, who was out for the season as well. Did any of these guys reach out to you, maybe give you some advice? I mean, I know that was probably really hard for you to deal with.
Oh yeah, I had a bunch of my friends, obviously the family, and Hayward actually reached out to me. It was a funny story. When his happened, I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then next thing you know, a few months later, I had the same thing, and we somehow got the same agent. So I mean, it was a lot easier once I was talking to my agent after it happened. He was like, hey, I just went through the same thing with Gordon, and Gordon reached out because he was probably a few months ahead of me with his rehab process. So I mean, we talked a lot, just asking him what all he was going through, what some of the things to expect, and just talked about it and just see what all he did so I can be prepared and what to look forward to on my road to recovery. So it all worked out.
It did. So what did you have to do every day? I mean, that's probably so hard for you not to be able to play basketball. That's your life. So what was the process like? What did you have to go through every day, and how did the Suns really help get you to where you are now?
Well, the first thing was just learning to put weight back on my foot, and learning how to grab things with my toes, build all the muscle back up in my foot, because it's just been sitting in a cast and not really been doing anything once I had surgery. So that was the first wave of it. Then once I was able to start to put pressure back on it, starting to walk again, learning how to walk, learning how to bend my knee and not walk straight leg. Then once I was able to do that, I started getting this machine called Ultra G, where they take all your body weight off, and so it'll be like 50% instead of 100%. So it just takes less pressure off of running and less pressure off the injured ankle. So once I worked my way up all the way back to 100%, I kind of started slowly doing things on the court. Shooting, I was shooting the whole time. I was even shooting in the boot. I just couldn't jump or do nothing like that. So just try to stay mentally locked in for what I had to expect, and had to change the way I ate, because I wasn't able to run around and sweat and do all the fun things that I was accustomed to doing, because I couldn't. So I had to change the way I ate, and that turned out to help me more than anything, just to stay lean, not put on any weight while I was out. And once I was kind of able to start doing a lot of the things that I was normally doing, which is running, doing a little jumping, and as the times and as the month, the days went on, I just continued to grow, continued to build the strength back into my ankle and my foot, and work my way all the way back to being able to do 5-on-5 again.
We're playing so well for the Suns, and it's like you finally found a good home here in Phoenix.
Right.
What was going on through your mind at that time?
I was just frustrated, just with all the work you put in the summers before the season, and just everything that goes into just preparing yourself to be ready for a long season, and then it just be taken away within seconds. And it wasn't just a simple ankle roll or nothing like that. So I was shocked to see my foot the way it was. Mm-hmm. And my instant thing was just saying like, wow, I can't play. I haven't, since I've been playing basketball since I was a little kid, I haven't been able to play basketball with more than a week or 2 weeks. And that was just on my own power, just saying like, I need some time off or things like that. But to be saying like, you might not be able to come back and play the way you played. So, I mean, it was a lot of things going on. I mean, I was wondering like, what's next, contract. Am I gonna come back the way I was? Is it gonna be different? So I mean, it was a lot of things going through my head, but the main thing was just telling myself don't get down about it. I mean, injuries happen. It's just another obstacle, and everything wasn't easy to get to this point now. So I mean, it's just another bump in the road, and you'll be able to overcome it and get through it. So just had to buckle down and just work hard.
So I know like when Devin went down, you were one of the most positive things the Suns saw in terms of spreading the floor offensively. So now that they've drafted some new guys, especially DeAndre Ayton, I wanted to hear your thoughts about that draft pick and how excited are you for this new look Suns, so to speak?
I'm very excited. I mean, we got some nice young talent, including myself, and with Book gonna be here for a long time, and we drafted the big kid with DeAndre. We're really looking forward to getting out there playing with him, because he's gonna bring a lot to the table with rebounding, blocking shots. He's very skilled on the offensive end, and the other guys like Mikal Bridges, he can shoot the ball pretty well, so he's gonna be able to space the floor. And the young guard from France, Kobu, that's what I call him. They got his name wrong, but he's very talented and very smart as well. And King, he's gonna be able to help us out as well, shoot the ball really well, and he just knows how to play the game. And then you got guys like Josh coming back. Been working on this game all summer. Been in the gym with him, and Keys, Dragon. Who else? We added Trevor to the mix, and a good veteran. That's gonna help us on the wing and defensively, and he can make shots as well. And we got Troy coming back. Obviously, everybody know he can shoot the ball. Brandon Knight will be ready to go, and I mean we got a lot of nice good pieces that we all can figure out to put it all together. We're gonna be pretty good, not only this year but for the years to come.
Oh, definitely. I'm actually really excited to see how everything's going to kind of unfold. And the same thing with Trevor Ariza, since you just mentioned him. You were on the same team with him for a short time as well. Are you looking forward to being teammates with him again? And how do you, I mean, I know you mentioned he's going to provide some outside shooting, but also defensively. Talk about his leadership and what he's going to provide to some of the young talent.
Trevor's a good mentor, good leader. He's been around the game, won an NBA championship, and been playing at a high level for a long time. So he's gonna definitely bring a lot of knowledge to the game, and he's gonna help most of our young guys just to understand the season, how long the season is, and how to take care of your body, how to be a pro on and off the court. And he still can play as well. So he won't only be able to tell us, he can also show us, and that'll be a good help for this team.
And so I kind of wanted to shift gears a little bit, do a little bit more like rapid fire questions, and just kind of ask you about some teammates that you played with in the past. Is there anyone that stands out to you to be one of your favorite teammates to ever play with?
Oh, I was blessed with a young career. I've been able to play with some great players. Started playing with James, and on that team it was Dwight Howard, Trevor Ariza, Jason Terry won some championships, and then I get to Chicago. I'm blessed to play with Rondo, Jimmy Butler, D Wade, all them guys, and so I mean, it's Rondo. Rondo is really one of the guys I can call my brother now. He's played at a high level, won NBA championships, and we play the same position. So he really taught me how to really be a student of the game. What helped him be successful the ups and downs of an NBA career, NBA season, and just taught me just how to just stay with it and not get discouraged if you're not playing or if things isn't going the way that you expect them to go. And it's helped him throughout his career, and he's been playing for a long time. So he's one of the guys I know I can still call on to this day if I ever needed advice or help with anything. He'd definitely be there for me.
Was there a certain player that made you fall in love with basketball, that made you say, like, I want to become an NBA player? Anyone that sticks out?
Well, Allen Iverson was my favorite basketball player growing up. I even grew braids. I wore number 3 for the longest, all through college and all the way up until I got to the NBA where somebody already had the number. So, Allen Iverson was one of those guys. We was the same height. And a lot of people probably counted him out, but he just went out there and proved that he can play with whoever's on the court. So his heart and his passion for the game really got me interested in it. And my dad played, and he was hard on me growing up. And if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't even be here. So
if you were a GM and you had to name your top 5 starting 5 lineup all time, Yeah, who is it?
I'm gonna put.
And you can put yourself if you want to. That's an option. Most guys don't put themselves, but you can.
Top 5 all time?
Yes.
Probably me, Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, and Shaq.
Wow, that's a lot of shooting.
Yeah.
If you could steal any move from any player, who would it be and why?
Probably that Dirk, that one leg little fadeaway thing, because can't nobody stop it. Or KD just jump shot release.
Mm-hmm.
They so tall, 6'11", 7 foot, and just can't nobody get there and block a shot. So at least I won't have to worry about nobody blocking my shot.
Hardest guy to defend?
Got to be out of Kyrie and Steph. Probably more so Steph, because he just got so many screens. You just run around like you can't relax. Because in one split second, he gone, or you getting hit by a screen, and he don't need a lot of daylight to get his shot off. So he'll probably. If I just had to just close my eyes and pick one, it'd probably just be him.
Yeah. Just
because of what comes with him. It ain't just him. It's everybody.
So the Warriors have 5 guys who are all-stars on their starting lineup, which is getting a little bit out of hand,
Right.
if you ask me. What are your thoughts about going to a super team?
I wouldn't go unless they just necessarily needed me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about competition and competing, and unless it just happened to work out that way, then. But if I had my choice, I'd probably try to compete against them and try to beat them, and then if it just worked out to where I just ended up on 18, and then so be it. But I'm a competitor first, so I try to beat them before joining.
So would you choose a ring or money if you had to choose one? So if you knew you can go to the Warriors right now and get a championship, or would you rather go to a different team and get paid more?
I guess that just all depends on where you at in your career. Probably more so toward the end. When you're at the end of your career, you probably and you don't have a ring and you have made a lot of money, then you'll go after the ring. But if you early on in your career, the window of opportunity is so small. So I guess it just depends on where you're at in your career, really.
Okay, we're gonna switch over to the fan questions now, because I did have a chance to ask some of these guys if they had to ask you a question, what would it be?
Right.
So one question, I don't really know what username this is, but it's on Instagram. It's CP is me. I don't know. But he wants to know, what do the Suns need to compete with the top tier for the conference finals?
We can say what we need, but really we all come together. We all have the same goals. We all working for the same thing, and just continue to be together. I feel like with a little bit of luck, we can be right there at the top. Obviously we're a lot younger than most teams, and we're gonna take our knots on the head, but we learn from our mistakes and just continue to to keep growing, and we'll be right there.
Do you think you'll make it to the playoffs this year?
That's the goal.
Yeah? Good. Well, I'm happy you believe in that for sure. I think so too.
Absolutely.
Do you think it's going to be a little bit harder now that the fact that LeBron is in the Western Conference?
Well, the Western Conference was tough last season.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you really just add another team. But I mean, anything can happen. I mean, it's a long season. I mean, obviously don't wish injuries on anybody, but I mean, things can happen. People can get hurt. Teams may not click the way that they thought they would, and if we can somehow kind of stay right there with them, and then toward the end of the season when a lot of guys may be banged up and we're young and we still fresh, we can sneak our way in.
Another guy wants to know, what is the one game that sticks in your mind the strongest from Murray State?
No, like my strongest game from Murray State?
Yeah, I guess maybe like I had asked your most memorable game. Just I guess the strongest moment, or
really probably when we, like I said, one of my best games, my college career games, was when I had 27 points before halftime and only missed like 2 shots. So that and winning 3 conference championships while I was there, and some of my big moments in college. My junior year, when we was last undefeated team, we won like 27 in a row. Yeah, Dick Vitale come do games. We was ranked 7th in the country, and really everything about my junior year was pretty big for not only the school, for myself, and everything else that came along with it after that.
Well, I know they retired your jersey this year as well.
Right.
What did that mean for you to be able to go there and see your jersey?
I mean, I really went up there I was getting inducted to the Hall of Fame, actually, and which is an amazing accomplishment for me. And then they decided to surprise me with retiring my jersey while I was up there, which I had no clue what was going on. I knew eventually they would, but I didn't know it was going to happen right then at that moment. So, I mean, it just meant a lot to me and my family. I mean, I remember when I first got to Murray State and they took me around in the gym, and they asked if I wanted my name up there. One day I was like, yeah. I mean, why not be one of the greatest to come through here? So it just automatically took me back to that moment once I seen my name come down, that I said I wanted to be up there one day, and to actually have it happen, I mean, it meant a lot, and that my name would be always remembered in that school, and my jersey will always be hanging up there. So it meant a lot to my family just to know that last name will always be known.
Well, I look forward to watching you this season, and I wish you the best of luck.
All right, thank you.
I know this is a different type of interview. I know how are you feeling? Good?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
A pedicure out of it?
Yep, they took care of me. So
they did.